Hey, this is Max, and welcome back to the Ronin System podcast. Back again. You just doing Tai Chi?
Yeah.
Have you ever actually done Tai Chi?
No. But I feel like I'd be pretty good at it.
Fuck is your old?
Yeah.
I'm really competitive, Max. I just really like I would see that lady that busting my ass. I'm like, fuck this bitch. We're gonna throw the wave.
I would just start striking out of nowhere. Like, hey, don't get close to me. Don't get close to me. You catch an elbow.
Hey, man, yeah. Are you going to do striking tomorrow?
Oh, I might fight that kid.
Vincent,
Vincent's talking some shit.
He's pretty good,
chubby
man.
Asian kid.
He's pretty good.
He is pretty good. He's man. His little back take was like he's got some open hips.
Yo, but Google Maps was moving around pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is good, Zach. He's only been training, like, not long. Like, less than a year.
The headgear because of the hair? Or because
No,
of the ears?
he's for the ears.
Oh, okay.
Because he was asking me one day about, like, cauliflower ear, like, how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And, like, how to avoid it.
You don't?
And I was like, I just don't get it.
Some people just don't get it, man.
Yeah, I've
like,
never
you
really-
barely get it in this ear, but the other ear.
Yeah, I got it in the other ear, but not.
Yeah, I have, like, one tiny little bowl.
So somebody sees you this way, they're like, yo, I'll beat you. And then as soon as they're like, oh, hold on. Wait. Take that back.
But no, he's good. He comes a lot.
He does.
He comes a lot. He comes almost every day.
And
Oh, hungry, huh?
that little kid Ricardo.
Yeah.
Oh my, he's gotten better.
Yeah.
He's gotten better. He's tougher. He's a good kid. He's a good kid.
These younger kids now, too, they don't need a ride. They got their own car.
Yeah.
Trade as much as they want. Although Vincent got picked up. I think
His
his
daddy
dad was
picked
there.
him up.
Yeah.
They don't trust his ass.
Can't afford a car yet.
He got that mustache that don't connect. You know what I mean? It's just right here.
Yep. So we've been doing this no-gi Friday nights.
Hold on, wait. Did you introduce? This is Battle Buddies like 20 or something like that? 19?
Oh yeah, something like that.
Do we
Come on,
At this
man.
point, people already know what it is.
Introduction
Man.
just out
At
the
this
window.
point, your brother already knows who we are.
Man, at this point, having other people on is more of like a special occasion.
You know what? Honestly, the next time your brother's in town, we should do it with him.
Yeah, we could try to
You should
schedule
do that with
one.
him because
You-
he's our number one fan.
You know, I do want to get more people, at least from top, like to come
Who
on.
the fuck is going to be able to be interesting like us?
I don't know. That won't be political. Let's go with that.
That won't be. Sorry, Con.
Well, he's already on one. He was on one.
He was on one.
He
wasn't
was on one.
You talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
politics?
I don't remember actually.
Probably.
No, we talked. Probably. No, yeah, get some people on. Probably not Jay.
Not very.
No, Jay would be quiet the entire time unless he had booze here.
I was thinking maybe like Brian.
Swag.
Swags, yeah.
Swags would be good.
Um,
You know who'd be interesting?
Who?
Robin.
Robin's
he's
very
got a lot
interesting.
of-
He's very interesting.
He's a very interesting guy outside of just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He's had some life experience. You know, he was born in Kenya.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's African American.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Actually, he's not American because he still has a green card.
He's
He's Scottish.
Scottish.
Yeah, but British citizen.
No.
Yeah, he's
Didn't know
Oh,
that.
so he has like dual citizenship?
yeah. He's born in Kenya. Maybe he forego the Kenyan, but he's definitely born in Kenya.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Get him on.
Yeah.
Gotta get him on. Get Brian on. Maybe George.
Maybe George. Cassandra George.
Can't stand yet? Yeah.
Yeah.
What
He's
other
probably
Georges?
interesting.
Was that?
I said, what other George?
Yeah. I mean, that's probably all who's interesting at top. Everybody else is probably not that interesting.
Well, I mean, it depends. I think if you get someone in a good conversation,
Yeah,
pretty good. You just gotta get to know the guys better, man.
you do. You know,
But then you have to know their name and the whole name.
how are you,
All those Muslims, I have a hard time keeping track of the fucking names, man.
dude?
Oh, yo, give me like the
'Cause,
first
like,
three letters.
Just go with Muhammad or Ahmed if anything goes to like.
No, the one dude, Nadir.
There's like two Muhammads.
Nadir, I called him like Saladin.
He's kind of strong.
Yeah,
He's kind of strong. That guy Nadir. You know,
I haven't really rolled with
I rolled
any
him
of them
once.
really.
He's just pretty strong. So
Wait, there's two Ahmeds? You and Long Hair Ahmed.
me and Long
There's
Hair
another
Ahmed.
one?
No, that's it. And then
There's
and
Muhammad.
there's two Muhammads.
There's two Muhammads.
There's two Muhammads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's There's a Muslim guy named Brian. It's always a Brian.
A Muslim guy named Brian?
Yeah.
That guy's very aggressive.
Brian?
Yeah, he's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, he probably is. He didn't show up today. But it's interesting because I was like, this was randomly a Muslim guy named Brian because there's 2 soccer players and one's Italian and one's guy's from Spain and one's name's Brian Gill, the Spanish guy. Yeah. And the Italian guy's name is Brian Costante. I was like, and I just like, it's just weird. Bryan. Like, Brian. You know? That's like random. Not very like Spanish or Italian.
Just off topic. So I've never seen the Harry Potter movies.
Oh yeah.
And I watched them all.
Have you seen them?
Wait, you said you've never seen?
I had never seen them until recently.
I liked them.
I had never. So I watched them all recently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the Brian thing like brought it up in my head. It was like the most random thing when like Dumbledore is like introducing himself, and he's like Albus something Wolric Brian Dumbledore. I'm like, where the fuck did Brian come from? What the fuck?
So what?
Even he emphasizes it.
So you watched all of them?
I watched all.
There's like a 9, right?
There's 8.
So like 12 hours of. I don't think I've seen them all.
Isn't it strange as you watch them? The first ones came out. They're kind of rated PG, and then you're like, wait, these other ones like rated PG and like PG-13. They get a little bit more risque.
Darker, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely
more violent.
Yeah, I knew going in that it was going to be that way because like I knew the way she wrote it to be progressing with the readers.
Because they're kids who are like starting off and then they're like in they're high schoolers.
Yeah, and the movies like they progressively get visibly darker too, like the color saturation. Yeah, you know, it starts going black and white, which I thought was pretty cool.
I thought it was cool too. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Have you seen the newer ones yet?
No,
I like those.
Yeah, it's a good series. I'm about to buy Voldemort's wand though. I want that. I want the Voldemort's wand, the bone looking thing.
Wand. Yeah.
You want with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those.
I did that at Disney in Orlando.
So have you?
I got the lightsaber.
Yeah.
I got Darth Sidious's lightsaber.
Have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
No. All right. Well, I watched the first season. Couldn't get into it.
You just couldn't get into it.
No.
It's
I've never watched the whole thing.
It's tough to get into if you're not okay with like keeping up with multiple plot lines and names. And it takes a while.
Not names like Brian.
No, like it's.
Well, I mean, I can get into some Lord of the Rings. I haven't started watching the one on Amazon, the Rings of Power.
That's good. I liked it.
I haven't gotten into it yet, but I'll keep up with Lord of the Rings. Like I know like behind the books, like lore and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, did you read the books when you were a kid?
Fuck no, it's like 4,000 pages, man.
I don't read.
But no, yeah. Just thought I'd bring that up. Brian thing caught me off. Like watching it, I was like, what the fuck? Everybody's got creative names, and fucking Brian.
Where did you pull that from?
It is random. Anyway, the class has been going on. I was fired from my Wednesday night class and picked up a Friday night. Yeah, picked up a Friday night class at Top, and at first it was. Did you go to any of the gi classes? There was like maybe at tops the max number I ever had was like 8 people doing gi.
It's not terrible.
Not bad. But then, honestly, like I wasn't doing enough no gi. I was doing like no gi every once in a while. And I did it a couple times. I was like, man, I really needed some no gi. And then I noticed like basically anytime I go on YouTube or Instagram and you go look up a jiu-jitsu technique, everything is no gi. Everything is no gi. Like
that's a trend now.
Yeah, it's just what's in, and like
it does follow your algorithm. Just saying,
it does.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, if you think about it, it's more accessible, and I think that's why a lot of people.
It's easier entry. Yeah. Right. It's easier entry.
Like a pair of shorts and a rash guard versus.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't need a rash guard. Like half the people there didn't have rash guards.
Yeah, they're wearing t-shirts or whatever, and
versus like $120 on a gi.
Yeah,
I think like. And then you had these newer people starting it out. And so I was like, you know what, let's switch to no-gi. And all of a sudden the numbers really started showing up. The first couple of times it was like 10 or 12. And then all of a sudden it got up to like 15, 20. And now we're steadily, a couple of times it was like over 30. And now we're steadily holding at least at 20. So and it's good for me because I get to work in. Now you're coming.
Is this a plug?
No.
Okay.
Because I wanted to ask him some questions.
Okay.
About, like because he's
the build up.
So
okay.
So the culture of the class is like pretty late. open
Muslims and Asians. Okay.
Muslims and Asians, some whites, some blacks.
That's the minorities.
Yeah, a couple Hispanics, and but it's laid back. After we start rolling, it kind of treats into an open mat. You leave when you want to leave. You do whatever. We don't bow out. But it's kind of like I started thinking about teaching in terms of teaching by community, or what do you want to? How do you call it? How do you
Committee, you mean?
So like
by committee?
Yeah.
By committee.
like you have a guest people's coming.
It's not even guess. It's just like, hey, you're here. You want to show this?
Yeah, like,
and you know what I mean. You're here. You want to so
yeah, like having Tyler come in and he's really good at like leg lock, leg entries.
Yeah.
very, very good at it. And you started doing the takedown stuff at the beginning. How are you liking that?
I like it. Yeah, I mean, I like teaching. I like imparting my knowledge, right? And I like helping people get better. And so I think one of our biggest gaps at top is that we don't do enough takedowns. We don't do enough stand up. We don't do enough top pressure in general. Like, I mean, yesterday we did like Jay's like passing style.
Leg weave passing.
Yeah, leg weave passing. And like, I think we need to do more of that. You
Yeah.
know? Because like the entries of passing that he normally does, they're about like speed, and I feel like as a gym we have a very old man style top game, but a very young man style bottom game, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we need to keep like we not keep, but like we need to introduce more old man stuff, like slower, more mechanical, mechanically methodical things.
Supreme Leader plays bottom all the time.
Yeah, and he's been playing more top, and at least with me anyway. But he's been playing more top. I think he's adopting a style of passing that he's doing in Nogi, because I think Nogi, and I think he agrees, and probably you would too. But I think Nogi helps your passing
for 100%,
Yeah,
because you have to move, and you have very low barrier of opportunity, and so like you're just quick. You can pass in Nogi, but it's sometimes harder to solidify the pass or whatever.
Yeah.
So kind of just
slippery.
It's slippery.
Like, I'm always going to say that gi is way more technical than no gi, right? In terms of what you can do. But I think if you really want to be a well-rounded jiu-jitsu or even grappler in general, no gi is like essential, because I think it's the best way to really understand how to actually apply things. Yeah. Because like you were mentioning when you were rolling with Zach, you mentioned that like it's really hard to do De La Hiva in no gi. Yeah. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's just you have to understand how to actually do it.
Yeah,
like,
you're doing
the nuances.
Like, with you're holding your calf. And I showed that last week when we were doing that, and it's just different. You just have to kind of adopt your game to it a little bit. But I think to me, it's if we can get people exposed to it, like the low barrier to entry, like we're talking about, like you're just shorts and a t-shirt, you're good to go
for $1.99.
Yeah. Hey, maybe there's more to the jiu-jitsu stuff than just no-gi slip and slide and fucking Gordon Ryan stuff that you see on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like today, I make a point when I was showing that little drill of knee cut passing. I was like, hey, this stuff works in no-gi and works in gi. And the guy who does this is Nicholas Margali, and he's basically the hottest commodity in jiu-jitsu right now, in gi and no-gi. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this works in both.
I'm happy you bring that up, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Hold on to that.
Yeah, you gotta. I was gonna mention it during the class, but I feel like when you say someone's name, like name drop, you gotta have to also add some context, because they're just gonna hear like
they don't know.
Like, who the fuck is that?
I feel like those
y'all guys, remember Rico Rodriguez? Who's that?
So when I with the Marcelo Garcia, probably. Yeah. They're not but I feel like probably people know who Nicholas Margali at this point is.
I mean, if they're paying attention to the scene,
those
sure.
Guys are. Yeah. The guys that are there.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, for sure. I think they are. Because all they see on is. I don't know if you'd pay attention to Nicholas Margali, like just talking shit right now.
No, he's trying to be the gi version of Gordon.
Yeah. But he can do no gi too. It's just like he's been talking a lot of smack.
Oh yeah,
he's trying to make gi great again.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, just watch some Tannen.
Oh, he's really good. Baby Shark's pretty good.
Baby Shark.
You said Tannen's really, really good. He's like dominating the middleweights.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like I don't.
You hear JT and
Torres?
Yeah, JT Torres and Ty are moving up to middleweight. Yeah.
To give him some problems.
I don't think they're gonna beat him, but Yeah.
I think Ty's got it's pretty good.
You think so in the gi? Because that's where they're moving up. They're moving up in the next worlds.
Yeah.
Because they want to.
Ty, yes. JT, no. Because Ty can turn things into a scramble.
Yeah. He's also like big, like slightly like longer.
He's a big dude. Yeah.
I didn't realize JT was not so old, but like older when it comes.
Bro,
to
he's been in black belt for a minute.
For a minute, yeah.
Since
but like when you look at him, you don't.
It's like over a decade.
He's like
isn't
a
it?
good skinny Hispanic.
Yeah, but then you're like, oh, he's like 36, or I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, it's been over like almost 15 years or something.
Dude, he's been a black belt. He was a black belt when I think I was a blue belt and he was a black belt already.
But
yeah.
he was
He was a black belt
when I started.
Lloyd Irvin.
He was a black belt when I started, right? Because
maybe when I started.
Because in 2011, that was when he faced Lucas in ADCC.
Yeah,
and
right?
I think it was after that.
Was
After that. He was competing at the black belt level in gi because gi was the thing, and he was under Lloyd Irvin at the time.
Yeah.
Remember? And it was Keenan was like a purple belt.
Yeah, and then he went over to Atos.
Yeah, did Keenan go to Atos first, or did JT?
No, JT.
JT left first. Him and actually the first guy to leave was Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall left first, and
then he wanted to do MMA. Like he started his own jiu-jitsu school, but
but he was the first person to speak out.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not talking about that.
What? No. Hey, talk about whatever you want.
You know,
talk about.
but he was the first guy to leave.
Your Wi-Fi is a little slow, buddy.
Yeah, what's up with that?
He's 33.
33. There you go.
Yeah.
But
Third
like
degree.
most top tier black belts right now are early 20s, right? Like what's Tannen? He's what?
Oh, he's young.
23 maybe?
Hang on. I was trying to look
Although
up.
did he get beat recently? Like recently as in like
Tannen?
this year or late last year?
Earlier this year, yeah.
Earlier this year.
I think he
Noki?
lost. No. Here, I'll look it up in a second.
I don't think it was a sub though.
Who was that?
Tannen?
He Tannen Darbre?
Yeah.
No, he won Worlds.
No, I know. I'm just talking about his last loss.
His last loss was I think in gi to Mika Galvao. And that was in
but that was due to the roids.
It was in Brazil.
Due to the roids.
They were both. I don't think it was like 2 years ago. I think
So he wasn't taking roids 2 years ago. Prove it. Got to prove it.
All I know is the Rotula brothers are clean.
JT,
brother.
JT was a black belt as far as 2009.
Yeah, before I started jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
2000.
We're gonna look up their records. Yeah, Tannen's most recent loss was to Mika at EUG.
Yeah, it's some super
European.
fight in Brazil.
Yeah.
And they were both brown belt, I think, right?
2001. Yeah.
No, 2001. Who was
21.
they were
2021.
brown belts.
Wow.
He's 22.
And they just been wrecking house.
Reckon. But Mika Galvao's not doing this one, right?
Dude,
He's suspended, right?
These pictures.
Oh, he can't do IBJJF for another like 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
These pictures are gonna throw you off. I can't turn the screen, but
Who's the
it's like one he's like really tan and the other one he's not.
It's like
Tanner.
Sammy Sosa.
Yeah. Like, look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Dímelo, Sammy.
Is that even him?
It's the lighting.
You sure?
I mean, maybe.
It doesn't.
It's the difference between.
Now that I look at it, it doesn't even look like him. What the hell? No, yeah, Mika's young as shit. He's like 19 now, right?
Yes. I believe
Because last year
17.
he was 18 when he won Worlds.
Yeah.
Fake won Worlds.
Yeah, sadly. Do you know what he was taking? Was it a diuretic? Or
I'm
was
sorry.
it something to heal faster?
Mika
I think it's the heal
Galvao.
faster.
Steroids.
I mean, that's predominantly what they
Because
do, right?
he's got injuries.
Yeah.
He walks weird, dude. Do you ever
They
notice
all
that?
do. Anybody who
Clomiphene.
does closed guard walks weird.
He was doing
he's like that
clomiphene.
saddle kind of.
Right. Like they're always like
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
like a waddle type of deal.
Oh, here you go. Clomiphene is a medication used to manage and treat
injuries.
anovulary ovulation, basically. I can't say that word.
Oh, that's for women.
Induce ovulation, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
for
what
real?
is it? No, but I know. But what does it do from a steroid perspective?
It's estrogen boost, so it reduces testosterone. So he's probably using it as a mask.
Oh, to build
Oh,
male
yeah.
mass.
Yeah, it's the same thing John Jones got pegged for.
The picograms dilemma.
Yeah, because like when you take steroids, you got to cycle down. So they
So basically, it's an estrogen suppressor or blocker.
it increases estrogen.
And so then the testosterone increases, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So if your testosterone was like 2 times as much, you take that to bring it back down or to mask it. So then you're like, oh, you're not taking anything.
Got it.
Mhm.
That's some sneaky
It
shit.
also makes them more fertile. So Google says.
Watch out.
Really?
Yeah.
His girlfriend's a wrestler.
Who, Mika's?
Yeah, she's like that American wrestler that won world.
Is he still? He's not fight sports though, is he? Somebody.
No, he left. They left.
They left and they started their own school, right?
They started on school. I don't know what
Him
it's
and
called.
some other jabrokes. And then, so as a reference from the previous podcast, Ahmed was like, "Oh, as soon as Marigali reaches these Dream Art guys, you know, Eric and Anderson, and hey, where are those guys now? No longer Dream Art. Did you know this? Are you aware?
It's I believe
They gone.
I believe so. He is definitely a lot better than I thought he's gonna be.
Who, McGraw?
Yeah. Because I was of the
He said a lot of things that hurt a lot of people.
I was of the ilk of, you know what, he's been competing with these Nogi guys for a minute and
Training with purple belts. and- I don't know what he has against purple
so
belts.
and Nogi and something like, man, how's he gonna do against,
Savages
like-
from Brazil.
you know, Eric Menezes? He beat him last year at Worlds in his own division, but then lost to him in a close. They were both close fights at the absolute finals. So I'm like, how is he going to do against Eric Menezes, who's training with nothing but savages all gi all day? And then he didn't sub him, but he beat his ass. You know, he subbed everybody else. You know,
I just feel like the no-gi gave him more of like, and Danaher explained it, like he can use his body. He's learned to use his body.
He can be more
significantly
physical.
better. Right. And like that, so like the skin-to-skin contact you get with no-gi, with like the pressure versus in gi, I think that's what's enhanced his gi game.
right? Yeah. I mean, but it's interesting because you're still doing like in gi. If you notice, did you see the sub he did yesterday? But when he swept to come on top,
Yeah.
he did a butterfly sweep.
Yeah.
Straight up butterfly sweep.
Go
Which
back
is
to the
in the
basics.
gi.
Beast.
And I'm trying to pay attention to this pizza. It keeps on going further and further. We were
They're
at
not
pizza. No, like it was supposed to be here at 8. It's
They're not coming, bro.
Huh?
It's not coming, bro.
If they do, they have my money back. You know. Have you ever had that happen?
What?
Your dasher just didn't show up?
No.
Okay, neither am I. It's always showed up. One time they delivered to the wrong house though.
When I worked in the restaurant, the DoorDash thing was becoming a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We did have a lot of dashers, like not like show up later, not show up at all,
Oh, wow.
and then we'd have to like deliver it ourselves.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't deliver it. I was still in the kitchen, but someone delivered it.
Somebody had to do
Yeah.
it.
Someone went on.
That happened to, well, a similar story happened to a restaurant in Noda. They didn't have a limit as to like how many orders, like it was during COVID, so the restaurant was shut down, but they were like doing deliveries, but they didn't have a limit. Like, hey, we can only take 30 orders in an hour.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And the tickets were just like,
That's the Wild West kind of thing, you know. It's like you just don't. There's no rules. There's no like
versus like
process.
a restaurant like McDonald's, for example, right? They're pumping out burgers or fries or whatever. They could always put more in the fryer.
Right.
But a place like a Cabo Fish Taco or something like that, where they actually have to like cook and make the meal that you're gonna eat, you can only make so many of those meals in a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the restaurant too. Like
Right.
some restaurants, like I worked at a fancier restaurant too,
Yeah.
and like almost everything was pre-prepared,
Yeah.
and then all you could do is just put it together. And so if you had any takeouts, you would just put it together and then just send it off. Like it wouldn't take. I mean, the only thing that was different was like cooking the meats, obviously. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can't just like cook meat and leave it there.
What
I don't think I could ever order steak for delivery. Like you
Yeah.
gotta
It depends on the place.
really.
Actually, no.
I'm like steak tacos,
with
yes,
Bernaise sauce?
but I'm not ordering like a filet mignon with garlic butter,
Yeah,
expecting it to be delivered in 45 minutes.
I was thinking like, oh, you could probably do like takeout with like Outback, but I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So, who else? What other? Worlds is coming up. What else is coming? This Worlds tough matchups. I saw the weight classes for lightweight. We talk about lightweight, middleweight.
Wait, so Ty and JT are gonna fight middleweight at the Worlds?
Apparently, they're going up.
And then lightweight. I think the guy that they have to beat is the Mateus Gabriel was there, and I can't remember who else. Light Feather looks tough. I saw Light Feather.
How do I check the brackets?
Pato's in it, and his Baby Shark.
Where's that other dude been? The guy who like moved to Japan? Not Mikey.
Hinata Kanuto? No. Satoshi.
No. He was part of those with Diego and.
Oh, he went to. Didn't he go to? You talking about the little guy?
Yeah, he looks Asian.
Yeah. What's his name? Suarez. Tulsa Suarez.
Yeah, that guy.
He's trains under.
But he moved to Asia, didn't he?
I think he's at.
Or did like a residency.
I think he's at AOJ now. He's at AOJ
with Diego.
With Diego. They're both at AOJ.
I wonder what made that move happen. Like aside from those dudes just being beasts, right? And those dudes like putting out champions, and they see how Tannen has been fighting.
It's
like,
money, right?
Well, I don't know if it's money.
Well, I don't think they're both. Well, Diego was the Dream Art, and I think the money was running dry there. Remember there was a mass exodus of people who Dream Art recently.
Yeah.
Because they're getting paid to train under that flag, but if they're not getting paid enough, they have other opportunities they're going to go.
Yeah.
But I'd assume that AOJ is probably like, if you're a lightweight or lighter weight, man.
They're paying them?
I don't know if they're paying them, but I definitely think that just like, if you wanted to get good, that's the place to go.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it's the place to go.
All right, so looking at Flow Grappling, they're saying Diego, Baby Shark, and Malachi are going to be.
Miriam too, right?
They didn't mention him.
Miriam's in it. Miriam, the guy's the one last year.
Bro,
Well, they said those guys are going to be like the bigger names to look out for, and then they're also saying there's Kleber Sosa, Rion Niwa. Who the fuck is that?
The Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Is there a guy named Mayram or whatever?
No, they're not giving many names. Flow Grappling sucks, bro.
Fuck you, Flow Grappling. So I don't think these guys come in.
We're just boned on it, bro.
Just keeping it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
So, did anybody watch Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis?
I saw the finish.
I saw the knockout or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a technical knockout, isn't it?
Yeah, TKO.
Yeah,
because he didn't get back up. He didn't answer the call.
Broken rib or whatever.
So he got injured in training. He got hit to the ribs. I don't know if it broke a rib or not. I don't think so. So I don't know if you guys know what the whole pre-fight medicals are. Like, do you get a full body scan to make sure you don't have any broken bones before you go in?
I think it depends on the commissions and the states that you're doing it in, or I guess
because like I know they do a visual check to like make sure you don't have ringworm, like
yeah,
you know what I mean, around your nipple or whatever, that you're gonna come into the.
I think they just do like a full doctor's physical. You know, where like they're not scanning you, but they're at least like, you know, like how's your movement?
Yeah.
Because I remember.
Because, like, you know how when guys do the post-fight interview, they're like, oh, you know, I don't want to make any excuses, but I got injured in training camp, and, but it's not an excuse, my elbow, What?
I mean, I think that's always the dumbest thing, because, like, there's no professional in any sport that is not injured when they compete.
Right.
There's not a single, sport. Yeah.
Something's injured.
Always something, at least one thing.
Yeah.
It's like, but.
You can't go to training jiu-jitsu right now without somebody. At least everybody's got something hurt.
Yeah, almost everyone.
Even if it's not like a full like, oh, I sprained my ankle, grade 3. Like you tweaked it. You know what I mean, or your wrist or your finger. Whatever.
Yeah. Just people are in pain.
Yeah, I mean, some people were really bad though. Like I was gonna say, like TJ going into his fight with Aljamain.
Yeah,
and like he was saying that it popped like 20 times, and like it popped in the back.
Yeah.
And then, like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
So the Ryan thing. So I guess one of his training partners was talking to Gervonta's crew or whatever, and told them, hey, he's injured in the ribs. So that's the quote unquote competitive advantage, not cheating. Competitive advantage.
I mean, what you hear is what you hear.
Yeah, and so
it's part of the game.
Ribs and that dropped him. My thing is, it wasn't a liver shot. I've never had a liver shot, nor do I ever want to have one. I heard, once
they'll take you out.
Right.
I feel like if I ever had one, I feel like I was gonna die.
Have you ever been hit in the liver?
No.
I've done it to like 4 people in sparring,
Mhm.
and like all of them, it's like an instant like go down like
Crumple.
reaction.
They
Yeah.
just crunk.
It's like a car. It's like a car crash. Like your body just reacts and it just
But
doesn't.
so I'm
let up.
wondering if the TKO was a business decision, meaning like, so in MMA, if you get your nose broken, right, at the end of the round, you sit on your stool, they're pressing it, they're putting ice to it, they're shoving cotton swabs in there, whatever, to try to get it to clot, whatever, and you already know at that point, I'm still fighting and I'm breathing out of my mouth for the next round.
Yeah,
right?
but the thing is, like with the nose, your adrenaline will take over.
But with the ribs,
But the ribs and the liver shot specifically, your body will shut down. Like you may not feel the pain, but your
Yeah.
body won't do anything. Like it will not get up.
So, but my
That's
thing
what
is,
happens
I
with
think,
liver?
but his wasn't a liver shot. So I think it was a business decision, meaning like he hit me there. He knows that I'm injured there. So as soon as I get up and we touch gloves, that is the only
I mean,
place he's gonna.
wasn't he
go.
working the body the whole time?
Yeah,
He's
I mean he's
dramatically
shorter
bigger.
too, so he was
Yeah,
just.
that's going to do it to you anyway.
Why would you hit him up? Although he did knock him down
Yeah, the
He
accumulated
knocked him out
damage.
before that,
with a
right?
headshot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I don't think he was ever going to win that fight.
Who? Ryan Garcia?
Is he?
I don't know.
Is
man.
he?
I don't think it was even, right? But I think it could have gone to later rounds if it wasn't for the rib.
I think, he has a chance to win, but I think like in 10 fights, he's going to lose all like 8.
Plus, let's talk about the not the dehydrating clause, the hydrating clause. He couldn't be a certain weight, like he couldn't rehydrate himself to a certain weight once he took it back into the ring. So, what was the weight class? 135.
Let me see.
I think it was 135, and they said when you come into the ring, you can't weigh more than 140.
Is he Chicano or is he Mexican?
I don't blame him. I'm not Mexican, but I don't know. He's Chicano, I think.
135.
So it was 135, and I think the clause said he couldn't come in at over 140.
And he's a Chicano.
And he walks around.
He is Chicano?
I think he walks around at 150, 145, 150. So that also, like, you weren't able to fill out in that area to generate, to.
I mean, don't boxers usually fight closer to the weights anyway?
Yes, they do.
I feel like you have to, dude.
There's so many
fights
weight
are
classes.
long.
There's so many weight classes too.
Yeah.
There's like
That's
one
what I'm
every
saying.
5 pounds.
So
I feel like. Do you think the MMA needs to go that route?
No.
Why?
No, it's oversaturation.
that's too much.
I don't feel like. But like some of these weight classes are really big.
I-
The ranges.
Yeah, so I think
Like you're going from 170 to 185, right?
I think that's fine.
You think
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine?
fine. I think that's fine.
You think 185 to 205 is not?
I think that's fine too. Because
And
you
I
have to look at the population. I think 170 should go up to 175. We should add in a 165 division because then if you look at
So then it's 10 in each way.
yeah, but if you look at like the weights of the average person and then you look at the like the pool of how many are actually athletic, the majority of the big dudes that are like middleweights, like 185, 205,
They're like walking around
heavyweights.
220.
Yeah, they're going to be bigger dudes that are going to play bigger sports. So they're going to play like basketball, football, baseball,
Yeah.
Maybe soccer. I don't know. They're not that big, but like
They're smaller.
in other country regions of the world, they're going to be playing like rugby. They're going to be playing other sports where they're going to make more money for less risk.
Yeah. Yo, the rugby dudes is thick, bro.
Yeah.
Now, that's why when you look at like the UFC, like I think the UFC has some of the best heavier weights. Like
They're
light
from
heavyweight and
international.
heavyweight. Yeah,
And
but
active. I
even
mean,
then, like they're still pretty like sparse divisions. Like there's
Yeah.
not a lot going on.
now that he touched on the heavyweight, how do we feel about the Ngannou contract with PFL? Anybody?
I think that's
Can
good.
do you mind if we? How long are we doing this one for?
Oh, we can wrap up soon.
We just started.
I'm gonna
What do you
call
mean? How
because we're
dare
gonna do two.
I know.
So I'm gonna call this place because
We'll talk about Francis and then we'll close it out here
okay.
because I am getting hungry. So I think that's a good thing. Did you hear about that, Francis, in the
I
PFL?
saw that he signed with PFL.
Yeah, and that hit how apparently any opponent he faces in PFL is guaranteed to make $2 million, which is great.
That's
I don't
good
know
for
where they're
everybody
getting
else.
that money from.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So now that puts, I think it's sensationalizing in my opinion. Like, I think it's great. I think it's, everybody gets paid, fantastic, but that puts more pressure now on the promotion.
Yeah, but I think this also helps. I I feel like like I think what is it? There's UFC, PFL, Bellator, and one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think clear number one is
And slap.
UFC.
Oh.
Shut the hell up. UFC, but I think they're on the downturn. And then there's one, which I think is number 2, and I think they're on the upturn. And then I heard rumors that Bellator is being bought out.
By UFC.
No, I'm thinking by PFL.
Oh, okay.
So then if they merge, it'd definitely make it easier for everybody.
Right, but our favorite my favorite commentator, Joe Rogan, said that the fighters aren't yearning for a ONE FC championship. They're not yearning for a PFL champion. UFC championship belt is what.
But
they
he also works for the UFC.
Yeah,
it is a
I feel like
biased
it's
opinion,
different
yeah.
though. A lot of the one championship guys, they want to stay over there at one.
Yeah, I also think
because I feel like they're making more.
I think that I think one is really popular with terms of a viewer base. I don't know anything about the Asian viewer base because obviously I just don't live there. But I think here that my experience, it's with people who watch who practice martial arts.
Yeah,
like if you do jiu-jitsu, if you do Muay Thai, you're probably watching. You're probably interested in one. At least you're
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because they'll expose you to those.
Yeah, and I like that they actually mix
it all.
Mix it all together. So you'll see a Thai fight and then an MMA fight and then a grappling match, like
And
all in the same night.
The guys that do that, they market it well. Like Musameki does a good job of
100%.
marketing it. Rutulo Brothers do a good job of marketing it.
But so with that type of contract, I think he's fighting once, maybe twice a year, if that.
Ngannou?
Yeah,
Well, he's not fighting until next year.
that's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna fight once, like because you need to build up the funds to.
Yeah,
You're not
like,
just shelling out $4 million. Right?
It's still an idealist world that he's
Yeah.
living in. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's making moves in the right direction, though.
Yeah.
I think they need to make more because I feel like the promotions they're making more.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like one pays their fighters better, like overall, and they market them better. If they go like on their social media, they're actually like promoting
Yeah.
their
the guy who
fighters.
owns them does jiu-jitsu.
Chatri,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does something, right?
he's a judo black belt, I think, and
Yeah,
he's also
he does Muay Thai,
he's
right?
working on jiu-jitsu. He is Thai.
Yeah.
So
he's got
yeah,
money.
he's involved in it too. So he's like,
And you can wear sponsors on your gear, right?
Yeah.
In ONE
Yeah.
FC.
Yeah. You can do all that.
yeah, you don't see them. They're wearing like all these like colorful like rainbow looking things.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I like ONE FC way better. And one thing too, the crowds they're so much more respectful.
In
Well, they're Asian.
Yeah, well,
I
mean,
it's like the old
even-
Pride days.
Yeah.
it's crazy because even they do a lot of fights in Lumpini Stadium, and Lumpini is like in Bangkok,
Yeah.
and it's like
The
The-
stadium.
it's the stadium, right?
Yeah.
And like everyone
MSG.
there,
It's like the iconic,
Yeah.
place of if you want to fight.
Okay.
but everyone there is like when they're watching, like they're not booing or jeering or anything. Like if it goes to the ground, like when they watch the grappling matches,
Yeah.
they don't really know grappling.
Yeah.
They're Muay Thai fighters. Like they're Muay Thai fans. But like they'll still like cheer them on, and they'll still like when then someone does like a pass or like goes for a submission, they're like really hype about it. So like
Dude, some of those Thai takedowns it's fucking like real. Like they're just
the sweeps.
yeah. I mean, you can catch people getting fucked up that way.
Yeah. Just nasty, man. That's why I want to start doing more Muay Thai, man.
We'll whoop them kids' asses.
I feel like we need to add something on Monday nights.
What do you mean?
In our schedule right now, we don't have anything on Monday.
Well, we have jiu-jitsu at 6.
Jiu-jitsu at 6. That's it.
You want to do some noogie?
I feel like we need to add like some more striking. I feel like that'll get more people in too. Like if they get introduced to some more striking, because we only have like 3 classes total.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to do more, maybe why don't you talk to Jay, see if you want to teach.
We'll see.
I'm going to call this place.
All right. Yep. We'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for listening. Have a what was it?
Good evening. Good
Get out there.
something.
Get out there. Get hungry and good luck. That's what it was. You want to say it?
No, you say
No, you say it.
Nah, I'm good.
Shit. Fuck it. Thanks guys for listening. Get out there. Get hungry and good luck.